This is a breaking news, and it is that of the Nigerian Chief of Army Staff, Ibrahim Attahiru, newly elected Chief of Army Staff, Ibrahim Attahiru, has been killed in a plane crash in Kaduna. According to Gazette, it has learned from military sources that Mr. Attahiru, who we all know was appointed Chief of Army Staff on January 29, succeeding Tukur Buratai, he was 54. Mr. Attahiru was killed alongside other military chiefs who were on the same flight, according to the sources. The presidency has already been briefed about the development, and the Nigerian Air Force has now issued a statement confirming that there was a crash, but did not immediately say the personalities on board. An air crash involving a Nigerian Air Force aircraft occurred this evening near the Kaduna International Airport. The immediate cause of the crash is still being ascertained. More details to follow soon, spokesperson Edward Gabquet said. The plane was the third military jet operated by the Nigerian Air Force to crash this year. Of course, we know that plane can definitely have technical issues and crash and all of that. But when you look closely, is it something that has been pre-planned to put an end to certain groups of people? Is this something that is internal, or it is still the same problem that we have in Nigeria where maintenance is a problem? Probably the aircraft is that of the 1960s, 1970s and stuff like that. It's not new generation aircraft. Definitely they will never have that old school for the president to travel from Nigeria down to wherever it is that he goes to. But for the Air Force, the military, most of them have cried and wept and nagged about, lamented about having substandard or old school, back in those days, kind of equipment and aircraft and stuff like that. As we all know, till today, the fight against terrorism has always been a joke because there is no will to fight. And the people that have been put out there to fight, most of them have made videos complaining about weapons and, tools to fight this war that are substandard and not up to date. Now, this man, let us look at the political and the military. Let's see the consequences of all of this. Let us see how this implies, the implication of all of this to the security in Nigeria. Do not forget that Buratai stayed in there for so long. Even government officials and politicians and a lot of people, it got to a point they were saying, look, enough is enough, Buhari. Come on, Buhari. You have to change this man. You have to change the service chief. You have to change many of those people. And somehow it seems as if Buhari forcefully was kind of pushed and pushed and pushed until it got to a point whereby he felt that he had to do something, and he brought in this man. And when I looked at it, I felt that Buhari decided to keep these non-functional people because he was afraid of regime change. I'm talking about the military trying to plan a coup to kick him out. Of course, there are still some people who are not happy with Buhari, and he knows he has information, and several times he had talked about this here and there, not directly. He had made use of his service chief to speak to the rest, saying, in case you are thinking of a coup, it is not going to be possible because I'm listening. In fact, Buratai said this back in those days before he was actually taken out, and we heard that he has been given some other jobs, even though he's non-functional in the other one. Now, this man that died in a plane crash, is this an accident or not? Or is this a way to put down people who are ready to work? What is really going on here? This, I believe, we'll get this information soon. So what are the implications of this? Is there going to be a new service chief? Who is going to take over? Is it still someone from the northern part of Nigeria, a Fulani man or whatever it is that's going to take over again? The number of people that died on that aircraft has not been made known, but it is clear from all indication that the man called Attahiru, appointed Chief of Army Staff, died alongside other military chiefs. Who are those military chiefs? Are they Air Force chief? Is it all the service chief that were on flight that died? I'm talking about the military, not the all of them. Are they the ones that died? What has happened to those people? And not so long ago, we heard a news. We don't know how true this is, but it's somehow kind of confirmed that one of the notorious faction of the terrorist group we have in Nigeria, in the northern part of Nigeria, northeast of Nigeria, there is a group called Boko Haram, and there is a breakaway faction called ISWAP. ISWAP is headed by one Banawi, and then the Boko Haram is headed by Ishekau. And we heard that the ISWAP, who according to the report is funded by certain terrorist organization, Sunni-backed terrorist organization, coming from the Gulf, the Arab Peninsula and the Arab nation, and the other one is backed by Shiite, according to what we heard. And it seems as if certain people do not like that Shiite-backed terrorism. I mean, the sympathizers to terrorism. We heard that they crashed and clashed some like about 48 hours ago, and we heard that the head of Boko Haram, Abubakar Shekau, set himself ablaze or blew up himself. Something like that happened to him, but we've not seen if he actually blew himself apart. Probably there are no parts, but the parts. This is not the first time that we heard all of this. So is there something linking, or are we going to say, you know, Nigeria is a very religious country? Are we going to say God is passing through and is erasing certain groups of people out of the system? First, let them eat themselves, drink their blood. And now it has got into the military, probably certain people who are making money out of terrorism, probably it's Attahiru, we don't know. But the report here is this, that there is a very terrible crash. Nigeria Chief of Army Staff Ibrahim Attahiru killed in plane crash with other chiefs, with other top people in the military. I believe that more will come up, more of the information will come up, and we will definitely get more details about this. What is really going on? Are there some underground things? Is there something that is happening on the ground that we should all kind of know about? What is really going on here? Now I'm going to go through one or two few comments. Why do I do this? So as for us to see, let us check the temperature of the people. Are the people really interested in this Nigeria? Do they trust the military? Do they trust the politicians? What is really going on? What is going on? A lot of people have tagged Buhari's administration as bloody administration, vampire administration, vampire regime. Someone say Yoruba nation, no going back. RIP to all of you in government. Someone said Nigeria is going down little by little. Someone said these are signs that Nigeria has come to an end. So as you can see, everybody is saying things that shows that they are tired of this contraption called Nigeria. Someone called it sacrificial lambs. So you see what I'm saying, that automatically people have started looking at it like, oh, they've sacrificed these people for this because they know that these people might want to put an end to terrorism. We are not sure. Or is it the finger of God in this? Somebody say this is good news. They say this is good news. Someone say thank God. Now, as you can see, this comment tells you a lot. It tells you a lot about the thoughts of Nigerians, or the thoughts of the people trapped in that contraption called Nigeria, as regard news such as this. I believe that certain people will be very happy if they mention some top politicians probably in that aircraft and all of them die the same day. Whenever you see people wishing their politicians dead, wishing this and that dead, that's to let you know that they are tired of it. They cannot be patriotic anymore. Patriotism is not automatic. There must be something that the system is giving to you, something that the system makes you feel good about. Then you do what? You appreciate and you are patriotic. So that's what it is. It's a news that is out there and is brought out by Gazette saying that the man who has been newly appointed Nigeria Chief of Army Staff, Ibrahim Attahiru, is dead with some other people.